it's the Melanie and Anthony Ford on Fifth Show.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Melanie and Anthony. I'm Anthony.
I'm Melanie.
And we're here to talk to you today about the 5 most exciting new cigars we've got at Ford on Fifth right now. And so as we've been smoking on the shows lately, we've been smoking stuff that we haven't had in the shop yet. It's all new product. It's all stuff that we brought back from the show to kind of get an idea what it's about and see if it's something that's a good fit. Some of it we already brought in, just knowing that for our palates it's probably going to be a good fit even if we hadn't smoked it. So we are definitely still evaluating.
I smoked that already and that was amazing.
So the first one tonight that I'm smoking is the Zino exclusive series.
I love that cigar.
Yeah, the Zino exclusive series is pretty cool. The biggest prohibitor to it probably is the fact that it's a big commitment, right? So essentially what it is that you get a project for your specific shop. But what the project gets you is the UR New York guys go back. The UR New York guys have been doing some really cool art projects for the Davidoff family. And the ones that are part of the exclusive series, which I'm smoking right here, is basically you get a 10-count box of these guys, and the box art is completely about what your shop's all about. So we're thinking with our shop, we're in the heart of Old Town Scottsdale, right next to the iconic horse fountain.
Yeah, people take pictures there all the time.
Yeah.
Of horses.
Yeah, it is great. I mean, you see a lot of fun imagery there. You see people that are drunk late at night trying to climb on the horses.
Which you're not supposed to do.
Which you're not supposed to do. And then people get mad at them. It's kind
it's a great place to be.
It's happening.
It is.
All
so
I have to say
we
is
just
that
would love the project.
the project's got a lot of cool elements that could be really done well for us down there.
Especially because, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Especially because our shop is...
It's the oldest tobacco shop in Arizona, which is really cool. So it's been in that part of the neighborhood since 1958. So there's a lot of history, a lot of culture. The original name of the shop was Ford and Hague. When we took it over, we changed it to Ford on Fifth, which is the street that it's actually on. But our store, the Ford part, allegedly comes from John Ford, the famous movie director, who spent a lot of time in Arizona filming way back in the 50s. And supposedly, him and his family started the shop. Once again, there's a lot of legend around the store. But either way, the Ford part came with it, so we are excited to carry on that tradition. That's the cigar. The cigar itself, it's a Zino. So far, medium body. It's got a nice little spice to it. Some creamy notes to it. I'm just kind of getting into it, so I don't have a lot more to say on it other than that so far. What are you smoking?
I'm smoking the Samurai, don't look at my nails, purple one.
And the purple one is one of the more strong blends.
Do you think they have a name?
Purple.
Oh, okay. Purple.
Yeah. Or perp.
No, that's already another cigar.
Or...
You can't call it that.
Le Purple?
No, it would be Le Violette, or something like that. Le Violette. It's been a long time since I've been in French, honey.
Well, all we know is in Parlez-vous Français, it's bueno. Actually, that's Spanish, but it's good. It's a good steak.
Bien.
Yeah. Sans Pry landed at the shop this week with La Instructora. We got most of it in.
It's pretty much sold out now.
Right. It's selling fast. I won't say it's sold out yet, but it is selling fast. And it is hella good. We're super excited about it. It is definitely one of the new things we got in. I would say that we put in our 5, but we're kind of building this 5 list around something that we can put together as a sampler pack for after the show. So if you want to try out some of the new stuff, we've got it all available. Sans Pry, though, is not an internet brand, nor is La Instructora, so we can't put it into our sampler pack. Anyway, let's get into the top 5, or 5 things that we've got in so far. The first one I'm going to mention is LJZ by Emilio Cigars. So LJZ is coming out of the Hueva Negra factory in Nicaragua, so that's a Black Sheep factory. Once again, Black Sheep Factory is Black Label Trading Company's factory and headquarters. So they produce this cigar for Emilio, and LJZ is one of those cigars that I'd say is pretty cool, but pretty unique as well for the portfolio of like Black Label product. It's not a It's not a very strong cigar. Now, it's definitely a solid medium cigar, but it doesn't have
like
that.
a mild to medium.
It starts almost off in a mild category. Definitely turns into a full medium, but
Yeah.
it's not like a medium plus. It's not like a full bodied. It's not one of those ones that has like kind of that signature nicotine punch or like spice element to it.
No.
It's real creamy, a lot of good flavor to it, and that's definitely been a surprise. Now, the next one that comes to mind for me would be the HPC Cerro Maduro.
I haven't had. Wait, I smoked that at the show.
You might have. I don't know what you smoked at the
No,
show.
did I or did I not?
I don't know.
Oh, shoot.
Well, I smoked it, and I can tell you about it. So the HPC Maduro, Cerro
I hate
Maduro.
when the cigars start running into each other.
I know, it's the worst. Anyway, so Cerro Maduro. Picture the Cerro with a Maduro wrapper. And it actually tastes a lot different than I kind of imagined it going into it. The Cerro was a very interesting cigar. Still one of my favorites.
I love
think
that
when I
cigar.
came to HVC, back when we were repping it actually, one of the things that drew me to the line was the Cerro, just because it was such a unique cigar. To me, the flavor profile was real earthy, maybe even borderline like it had almost like a vegetal quality to it. What was interesting to me about the Cerro Maduro is that it still has a lot of those kind of unique flavor elements to it, but then it also kind of picks up this rich spice element to it that I got and the one that I smoked. I've smoked two of them now, and they both have a kind of a richer, spicier element to it. But it's just kind of a good flavor. It interchanged between what we talked about, these kind of unique flavors that don't have a real good way to articulate, but then you also have these like spicy elements to it. I definitely classify it as like a medium plus cigar. It's definitely got some strength to it. It's unique in its flavor profile. Cigar number 3, another HPC one, San Ysidro, and
The
it's
Hermosa.
the Hermoso. So last year the Geniales came out from, or the San Ysidro Geniales came out at the trade show, and it was probably, I don't know, it was my favorite cigar from the trade show last year. It was just rich, it had this great sweetness, but it had some spice and complexity to it, medium plus in strength. It was just, you know, there are certain cigars when you smoke it that just hit your palate the right way on all different levels.
You think the San Ysidro is medium plus?
For my palate, it's always tend to be like medium plus. What's it for your palate?
Medium. I love the San Ysidro.
None of us can be ballers like you.
I just don't think it's medium plus.
I would say this new one's even punchier and definitely is medium
I
plus.
will. I've been looking forward to trying it because the San Ysidro, I went through a phase where I smoked that too much that I had to take a
wear
break.
out your palate on the same thing. Even if it's that good, you still can wear out your palate on it.
I do that a lot. It's like
All right. So anyway, that's the San Ysidro.
Okay. I love San Ysidro.
Yeah, and Hermoso. It's a shorter format, but it's a punchy little cigar. So another cigar we got in that we've been pretty excited about is part of the KBF release.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's their limited release again. Once again, they call it the limited. KBF once again stands for the Kellner Boutique Factory. It comes out of the Dominican. It's a one size limited run in their line. It's a really good cigar. Once again, I'd say really complex. There's a lot going on in it. Definitely moments of like some wood notes that I get out of it, some like cedar type of notes. There's some spice, there's some sweetness. It's kind of once again a medley, a tour de force of flavors. You kind of have these different transition points. Flavorful from first light all the way to the end. And definitely a surprise hit. I thought I brought it in, I didn't know where the guys were going to fall on it. A lot of our guys tend to be more Nicaraguan style guys. But this blend definitely, even though it's using a lot more Dominican style tobacco in it, definitely appealed to the guys. It's got that complexity that a lot of them look for, and they're really excited about it. So it's done well for us. The Camacho, and this year we brought in the Camacho barrel aged product again. This year they did it in Flor de Caña rum barrel. And the project itself,
really?
yeah, Flor de Caña. So it's
That's
using
awesome.
it's actually got, it has a variety of tobaccos in it. It's got some Nicaraguan tobacco in it. It's got some Dominican and Honduran tobacco in it. So it's kind of got a whole mixture, medium bodied, a lot of interesting flavor, a good sweetness. Once again, the sweetness I think is inherent to the tobacco that they're using, but I think also comes obviously directly from the fact that they rested this in Florida Caña barrels. And they even went to the Florida Caña factory in Nicaragua and worked with the team at Florida Caña to find
That's really
barrels
cool.
that had a higher level of humidity and retention of those elements that they were looking for. So it's a cool project. It's the second project in the series. First one used bourbon barrels. This one used rum barrels, and definitely worth a try. And good price points mentioned. All have really good price points. You know, they're all in that really kind of 8 to 10 range. So once again, we started with LJZ from Emilio. We talked about Cerro, and we talked about the San Ysidro Nervosa from HPC. Then we talked about the KBF Limited line that came out at the show this year. And also we talked about the new rum barrel aged from Camacho.
Melanie, Anthony, 4 on 5.